Hey everyone, welcome back. I actually wanted to talk about the Switch 2 accessories that I have or have picked up for the release that's coming this week so that you can be better prepared for your Switch 2, and maybe there's some accessories that you already have from some of your current handhelds that might work for the Switch 2. So let's go over that today. Now first, I've picked up the Skull & Co. Savage Raven case, and this has a cover on it. So I'm a big fan of the ones with covers, so you can just like use a slim case and then just stick it in a backpack or whatever you need to stick it into without damaging the joysticks or putting any pressure on the buttons. So I am a big fan of these hardcover cases. So if you have experience with this, maybe with the Steam Deck or with the ROG Ally, it feels exactly the same. It's going to give you that same texture. It has a really good angle for the grip. And then there's also this flat edge, and this is a stand. And so you can actually stand it up. It's not gonna work if I hold it right now because the weight balance isn't there without the device inside, but it gives you a good idea of what you can do. And then when you stick the case on, you'll still have room for thumb grips. So they do have a set of thumb grips that have been released. I don't know if the Switch 1 grips will work just yet, but I'm going to test that out. And if I have any updates for any of these accessories or any new accessories, I'm going to make sure that I put them in the description. So you'll have links to certain things, and then also you'll have any updates that I find with these features. So I'm pretty sure that this item will not be dockable. So you will likely have to take out the Switch and put it right into the dock. I will try it though. If it is dockable, I'll make sure I make a note in the description, but I don't think it's going to be. I do, again, like the fact that everything is covered. So again, the triggers are protected and you're in a really good spot to make sure your device is in tip-top shape right off the get-go if you get it into a case like this. Now, maybe you're familiar with an ROG Ally X, or you have a Steam Deck or another handheld, but if you want to see a size comparison between the two, they're actually very comparable. So what that tells me is that a lot of the accessories for cases and things like that for the ROG Ally will work for the Switch 2. So if we pop it up like this, you can see that the Switch 2 is going to be quite a bit slimmer overall, but we'll get a good idea, again, of which accessories work with this. So if you have any Switch 2 accessories, like let's say the Skull & Co. case for the ROG Ally X. Now we know that this does fit inside with this case. And with the Switch 2 case, it also fits inside. So you can still use this same case if you have it with the Switch 2. And so the new ones that they're rebranding are likely the exact same case, but they've just switched it over to Switch 2 instead of for the Ally. So you will be able to do that if you have this case and if you want to use it with the cover. Now, another case that works with it is the TomToc case. Now, I've shared a lot about this TomToc case. I use it for like almost all of my devices. And there's so much space inside. There's foam padding on the back, there's foam padding on the front, there's foam padding at the very bottom just to help with any falls, but it's a sling bag, so it goes right over your shoulder, and there's a lot of room to put things in. So you can see the Switch 2 will easily fit in here. You can secure it with the strap, and then there's lots of extra room for accessories. So depending on what you're loading, of course I've got a regular dock there, some thumb grips, things like that for the Ally X, some headphones, but you'll be able to put all kinds of stuff, charge cables. The dock might even fit in here. And so again, I'll update that in the description if the dock fits in here as well, because that'll be a nice, tight, clean case to be able to use for everything. Now let's talk screen protectors, because I'm a big fan of screen protectors. As soon as you take your Switch out of the box, you should have a screen protector ready to go to put on there. Again, you want to keep that thing safe, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, 100% you need to put a screen protector on there. That's how you keep it safe. The amount of regular Switches that I have that have just smashed screens, and again, they're not mine, I just repair them, but I have to replace those all the time because the screens get so messed up. Even from docking, constantly docking, there's like wear marks on the sides, just to show how serious I mean about it. Like, look at this. These are ones that I repair. You can see these wear marks all along the sides from docking it, from everything that happens to it. But if you just put a screen protector on it from the beginning, you take that off, and then it looks beautiful and brand new under it again. So Switches, protect them. Just protect them. Just put a screen protector on it. It'll be so much better. Look at this crack. This crack wouldn't even be there. It'd just be on the screen protector. So the important note is put a screen protector on your Switch 2. Inside the Jsaux screen protector you're going to get an actual frame to help you place it nice and perfectly with the case. There's 2 screen protectors in here. I did get the matte ones because I like the anti-glare factor. So when you're looking at the glare, you know, this is one with glare, and this is my G1 that has an anti-glare Jsaux on it. So you can see between the two, this is the kind of expectation you can have with, again, the regular screen protector and then one with the anti-glare matte. So it does mess a little bit with the picture. So if you have like white on there, you're going to be able to see a little bit of the specs from the matte, but overall you're going to get the anti-glare, and that's the factor that I really like, is just not having that reflection. Now Skull & Co does also have this style of case and cover for your Switch. A little less protection in terms of actual like coverage for your Switch, but these ones do dock, and then the side pieces here actually slide off and you can customize them with 3 different sizes. This is my favorite one. I like, let me just throw it around a little bit. This is my favorite one. I like the deep grip on this, and then this grab point. It makes it really comfortable to hold. So this is an option that you can get right now for Skull & Co as well for the Switch 2. Now on the Savage Raven case, you can see that there are exposed spots here for charging. So that means that your ports are always going to be exposed. So something that I usually do, and if you've watched my channel, you know that I'm going to probably talk about this, is dust plugs. So I put dust plugs in, and that will cover and protect your port. Because again, I do a lot of repairs on Switches, and ports get just massacred. I don't know what people are doing when they're putting their charge port in and out, or if it's getting hit in transit, or the dust that gets collected in there, it gets messed up. And these USB-C ports are very hard to solder and repair because a lot of the pins are actually hidden on the board. So you really don't know for sure until you test it and put everything back together whether or not it's been, you know, connected properly to the board. Anyways, put a dust plug on there because it's going to help keep it safe. And then just be careful when you're docking it. You know, you don't need to be aggressive when you're docking it. Maybe adults only dock it. Don't let the kids dock it. Let's talk XR AR glasses. So maybe you have a pair of these already from your Ally X or Legion Go or Steam Deck or any other device that you might be using. Maybe you're just watching shows on your iPad or tablet with them. But these glasses are super cool. It's like having a TV on your face. It's 2 micro OLED displays that are inside here that actually reflect back into your eye. If you want to see a little more details or learn a little bit more about these, I'll leave a video link in the description to the video that I did on these specific glasses. But basically you can connect this to your Switch 2 and you'll be able to have a display on your face. What makes these ones a little bit different than other ones is there's a built-in chip that lets you body anchor. So most of these glasses, when you move your head, the screen will move with you. And in this case, with these glasses, you can actually anchor the screen so that when you move your head, the screen stays exactly where you set it to. So there's a few different options with these glasses. They do come at a more premium price, but it is a great option. There are cheaper options that are still really great glasses on the market, but if you are interested in these, they will also work with your Switch 2. And the last accessory that I want to talk about is the Warrior controller from NYXI. And this is a controller that works with your PC. It works with an actual GameCube. It works with the Nintendo Switch, with the Wii. So it has like an adapter here that will connect right into the Wii. This is your dongle for a PC. So if you just connect it right in, then you can connect that way. You can connect via Bluetooth. It gives you a lot of options. And then there's back programmable buttons. But what's really cool and neat for this is because the Switch 2 actually has the GameCube emulation that's going to be on it, this is going to be a really great controller that you can use with that for the emulation if you want to get that old school nostalgia feel with a GameCube controller. So again, I'll leave a video link in the description to more information on this and also where you can pick one up. This is a really cool option if you want to get the most out of the GameCube emulation and the feel of the GameCube. This is a great controller option and you'll still be able to use it for all your other games with the Switch. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what games you want to play for the Switch 2 and what you're excited about. Subscribe if you haven't already, and take care till the next one.